So, hi. What I didn't tell you is we got another little guitar project on the go. I'm making a 12-string DIY solo guitar from a kit, but it was Eric's birthday the other day, and we have a little project for him. He's going to get his own rig, and it starts with this Chinese Fender licensed Starcaster. So I got this off of Kijiji for $100. Check it out. It's a Chinese licensed Strat copy called a Starcaster. Now it's in pretty good nick because the plastic coating is still on the pickguard here. So I've been watching a lot of videos about how you can upgrade the parts of a cheaper guitar. So Eric and I are going to do a little build project, and we're going to rebuild the Strat, and we're going to turn this cheap Chinese Strat into a super Strat. How do you like that, folks? Hey? So, Tigger's impressed, eh? Tigger, what do you think? Pretty cool. Hey, don't kill me. Don't kill me, Tigger. So we got the Starcaster. Like I said, it's $100. It's a pretty cool little guitar. It feels great. It's got a maple neck, which is, I don't have any maple necks around here. Everything I got is rosewood, right? That's a rosewood. Those are all rosewoods. So even the DIY kit is a rosewood. So this will be great to have a maple neck Strat copy, or Strat at least in the family. But wait till you see the upgrades I got for this. I'm going to unbox them all and lay them out by Tigger. If he doesn't cut me, it should be fairly straightforward. What do we got here? Tonto and Tigger. Okay, so they say that the worst things about the cheap Strat are the tuning keys, the pickups, and the bridge. So if we replace the electronics and the machine heads and the bridge, this should be like a wicked Strat. So I got a little bit of a couple upgrades planned that are going to make this a super Strat, and it's going to have some wicked aesthetics. Let me show you. First of all, we got the locking tuner keys. It's a must-have. So these are staggered. They're staggered in height, and what that does, I don't even know if they're going to fit. Oh, that's going to look sharp. They're staggered in height, which means that it gives it more string stability under using the tremolo and keep it in tune. But also it's going to mean that we don't need the string trees on the headstock. So it's going to look like my guitar. You know, Honey, my guitar Honey here, doesn't have string trees. Because, well, I don't know if these are staggered. But anyway, apparently because of the flat headstock of the Fender, you need the string trees and or the staggered locking tuners. So that's going to be awesome. That's a massive upgrade, putting the locking tuners on here. So we're going to do that on the headstock. For the bridge, oh, by the way, these are hip shot. For the bridge, I got a Wilkinson. Wilkinson, you got a typo here. Second word. Bridge. B-R-D-I-G-E. It's a bridge, not a birdage. Anyway, this one's cool. I don't even know, again, if this is going to fit. But that's probably a bigger block than the Chinese block, the Made in China block. And hopefully that has the exact same screw hole. I think it's going to work. These are nice stainless steel Wilkinson jobbies, and they have the MVB written on there. Anyway, it's nice. I think, well, we'll check it out. I'll take the other bridge out and we'll compare. But I bet you that's way thicker metal in there, and I bet you it weighs more than the other version. It's also got an adjustable tremolo arm that you just slide in. So it's way better than the screw-on tremolo arm that we have for the made in China version. For the Starcaster, I mean. Okay, of course, I had to get him a tuner and his own Fender branded patch cord. Okay, we're getting to the exciting stuff now. Wait till you see this, folks. The electronics upgrade is gonna be sick. Boom! Check out that. I got Alnico magnet pickups instead of ceramic. I got the humbucker in the bridge position. Look, it's got chrome dials, chrome 5-way switch. The aesthetics on this guitar are gonna be really dark and dirty. I want to call it Darth Vaitar. Get it? Darth Vaitar. It's going to be Darth Vader. And just to complete the aesthetics, I thought it'd be cool. Probably the nut is the next thing that would need replacing. You'd want to put a bone nut instead of this old plastic nut. I think it's plastic nut. I'll have to check. But anyway, I got a little steel nut that would match the aesthetics. So the guitar is gonna look so awesome. So we're gonna start building it, and I'll show you the after. Oh, I almost forgot. So I picked out all these parts to make this super cool Strat, this black and chrome Darth Vaitar guitar for Eric, with the aesthetics, you know, the black on steel is going to look great. But of course, whoops, this pickup configuration, this is probably the most expensive thing of the whole lot here. This cost me $140 or $150. But I was like, well, we should do a tone comparison with the standard Starcaster single coil pickups that came with it. So last night I went to plug in this guitar that I got off Kijiji. Now, naughty seller on Kijiji, there's no signal coming out of this guitar. Like, it's broken. The electronics are jammed anyway. So when I was going to do the comparison, should I keep the original electronics or put in the new ones I bought, even though these aesthetically are nicer and they got the humbucker? We should at least check to see. Maybe it does sound good anyway. So when I plugged it in, it did not work. So that saves me the choice decision process. I don't even need to make a choice, because if this doesn't work, we'll just replace it with the new one. And while I'm at it, I'll be able to see what's wrong with this. But then I noticed this is bent. The 5-way position switch is bent. So this has had some trauma. And anyway, so it's going to be awesome. I'm going to strip it all down. Eric and I are going to strip it all down, and then we'll put in the new pieces, and we're going to jam out. We'll check out how it sounds with the humbucker and how it feels. I'm very excited. Check back soon. Later. I just took the bridge off of the Starcaster. It's so corroded, I can't force the old strings, the 3 high strings out of the bridge. You can see it's got some corrosion on there. So it was a really good decision to replace the bridge, and I'll show you why. Here is the Starcaster bridge, and here is the Wilkinson replacement bridge that I got. Let's compare the block. The block is about 3 times bigger. So that's going to give us way better tone and sustain. And if you look at the thickness of the metal on the side, it's just obvious which one is better. Sorry. So these MVB saddles are going to be nice. Now the cool thing is I checked it and the holes almost perfectly line up. But look at the corner cutting, cost cutting measures that they use in China that still got the router dust inside the body, which doesn't help the corrosion. I'm going to see if I have a beefier claw on hand to replace that one, but if I don't, I'll leave it. And I have a bunch of old springs that I'm going to look for some nice heavy springs. So there you go. That bridge is going to make a huge difference. Exciting times. So we've run into our first little tiny obstacle. First of all, I want to tell you, this Wilkinson Bridge that I got is so cool. I showed you how much better, how much heftier it is than the made in China version. I mean, this one's probably made in China too, but I mean the original stock Starcaster version. This one is so cool. It's got a set screw here, so you can set your tremolo arm to wherever you want, and it doesn't have a screw. Now, when we compare the claw, so the Wilkinson bridge comes with a claw. I'm so excited. All new springs, all new screws, so we can replace the old ones. But now you can just see the difference in quality between the stock Starcaster claw and the Wilkinson claw. But now we run into the problem. If you can see where I'm going with this, they have slightly different screw hole positions. So if I look inside the guitar, still haven't cleaned out the sawdust from its original build, I'm going to have to drill a little hole. It looks like I can get it, I can put the left hole in, but I'm going to have to drill a little hole on the right. Sorry, it looks like the right hole lines up, but I'll have to drill a little hole on the left. So that's our first obstacle. But otherwise, everything else is looking good. So this is a bit tricky. This pick guard, there's no 22nd fret, so the pick guard doesn't get hidden underneath the fretboard. So as far as how you're going to center it, what's it, to line up with the holes underneath, well, I got to kind of imagine where the bridge is going first. So the way I figured I'm going to line it, I get the bridge holes basically aligned like that. That's going to be where the bridge is going to go. So then I got to adjust the pick guard to be even. Try to be flush, even spacing around there. And see, there's a little bit of a disconnect there with the neck, but that's okay, I guess. So if I look, there's only one. Let me see. One hole that lines up on the pick guard positioning. So I think I'm gonna fill all these holes, clean the body, fill all these little holes. Hopefully the bridge holes line up. You can see the joining here. So I'm going to probably fill up all those holes. And then I have to drill that other hole in there. So last note on this video before we start getting into some woodworking and assembling the new pieces. I took the tuning keys off. By the way, I didn't even need the wrench. They were on there hand tightened from the factory. Don't ask me. Anyway, so you'll see that the new tuning keys fit onto these metal plates. And the holes, I'm going to have to drill holes in the metal plates to where the new connections are. But the old holes are being shown through. So I'm going to have to do the toothpick trick, I think. Put some glue on the toothpick and shove it in the hole and then sand it down. And I also have to do that where I took the string trees out. Those have to be filled as well and sanded down. That's a little bit out of my comfort zone. I do have the chrome nut to replace, but the nut that I have is a little bit thicker than this one, so I might leave that bit of the project till after some other time. The good news is these hip shot tuning keys fit into the holes, so they're going to look great. But I'm going to have to do some woodworking. I got to fill in these holes with a toothpick trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got to drill. I got to fill in these holes. I'll probably do that with a toothpick trick too on the body. That would be smart instead of using filler. And then I have to drill the hole in the back for the claw. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. This is fairly interesting. A little bit out of my comfort zone. Sayonara.